They're done some. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna do this thing. I never quite know where my picture is gonna be, so I'm always gonna do the seesaw thing until I've got a dedicated studio. I'll be saying a lot of until because lots of things are happening and I can feel funding coming, and I'm, instead of pretending that it's not, I am actually delighting that it is and doing the things that are going to be needed when it arrives. And that's how I've lived so much of my life, and not in this arena and not at this global level. I literally sent out 500 invitations across the entire spectrum of my life. I've never done that. Like, today is one of the biggest days of my life when it comes to stepping out onto the world stage for me personally. You know, the rest of the world will see things that are bigger in their, with their metrics and with their metrics and their lens stacks. For me, the moment was hitting that send button when I hadn't I had quintuple checked it. I had been through the list 12 times, 13 times, and I don't know which, because LJ was willing to not count everything. And I know Seal is loud in the background. Here we go. Rather than hide, if I didn't turn on this camera, I would probably get in bed and tell myself that I'm going to rest and then do this in the morning when I'm not in my prayers, when I'm not scared and exhausted and delighted and excited, and feeling all of these feelings and not being in pain, and feeling tribe across time and space coming to play with me in my game, right? In the game, I didn't plan the game. The game came to me. It came over me. It's something that I swayed and soared into, as opposed to stumbling, which is how I've characterized myself for decades, eloquently, and that was the characterization nonetheless. I may not always walk my talk. At a minimum, I'm going to stumble my mumble, right? And any of you who come at any time in any space, please leave your whatever your information is, your name, and here, so that I can, in some way, shape, or form, I'm sending out a hello to all of you. It's like I'm experiencing this connection of belief and faith in a me that the world's believed in for most of my life. And today I called, I mean, this is concrete stuff. Today I called my high school. I had a very short conversation with the young woman, begins with an M, it'll come to me. But anyway, who's in the alumni relations department. She's the alumni relations person. And I told her flat out, I'm second generation Black female from Harvard, and Richard Cameron is second generation Black family, and at one of the greatest college prep schools in the world. And that's amazing. And that started in the 70s. And I get to be pivotal in both directions that way. That's an honor in the legend writing world, the life legend writing world, that I'm creating. Like, I want the legion of life legend. Okay, y'all. So I told you I was going to live this with you right now. So you know what I'm going to do? You're going to stay right here. And what I'm doing is first I'm going over to my resources, and it's going to be instant domain search.com. Don't ever search on GoDaddy. Okay, because GoDaddy is wonderful. Please get your registrations at GoDaddy. Their customer service is off the chart, and somewhere they've got a leak. If you have a really good name, it may be their AI or something, but it's always watching. If you have a good name, I have lost a name within an hour. That was a really great name. Now, something extraordinary came out of it, because that always happens when GoDaddy steals my stuff. And so, yeah, that's real, folks. That is not business urban legend. All right, so I'm at instantdomainsearch.com. And so I'm going to put in the league. Do I want a league or a legend? All right, so I got a thing called a bot, and it tells me when I'm making sense to people who aren't on planet JWOW, basically. And so I'm going to put in league, and it kind of gives me an idea of how much sense I'm making. So I've got league and I've got legion. Yeah, so league, we're going to go with league, likes that better. So we're going to go to League of Life of Living Legends, and then League of Legends. Yeah, that's already taken, of course. League of Living of Legendors. League of Legendors. Yeah. Of Legendor. Of Legendor. League of Legend of Legendors. League of Legendors. I like that. I really like that. So, all right. So, the League of Legendors. I've played with the spelling. All right, and there's a timer telling me how long it's taking me to do this after I talk. All right, this is great. For those of you for whom I'm a fashion don't, I'm all good with that. I am managing autism that is not stopping me and is working with, let me wear my comfort clothes and I will keep working. That will help me. So we're negotiating. We had a moment tonight. Oh, I wanted to tell you all this. We had a moment tonight that's as close to unification as we've ever come. I mean, this has just been an extraordinary time where all of us, we saw a thing on a page and we all saw it. Ronnie Jean gave us that experience. She's that level of Kadesh. And she was able to bring us all to a seedgasm, if you will, a centralized like a centralized lens stack of all of our lives at once in the realm that I, Julie, out front occupy. Like I got to be part of it, all 24 of us. I've done Rumi, and it was like that, except it was happening like on my own. it was off the chart. Anyway, so that oh, I just lost that thread completely. Went back to that place of everything coming together. Well, that happened tonight. That was it. It was. I know that part of it was pleasure, and part of it was it was a milestone in the initiation. It was a place where I felt all of us, Jack, in beyond serial, beyond parallel, beyond matrix, beyond gestalt, beyond epiphanic. That opening in all directions described in From the Legend of Beale, just like, right, like the multi-iris opening. That happened for all of us in this unification moment that we did for ourselves. It was exquisite. There's so much that I'm excited to share. I started to get scared. I started to only invite folks who were going to, I knew, support me no matter how good or bad I did. And I made a choice. I'm like, I have absolute faith in me. I'm going to be this because this is what I am. This is what I do everywhere. You catch me at Bread and Circus. Bread and Circus, wow, that pulled that out of my past. You catch me at Whole Foods. This is what you get. You catch me in the bathroom at some swanky restaurant. That's what you get. You catch me in the middle of the forest, naked or half naked. This is what you get. It's like, it's always this. It's always this. That blisses me. Fill in your preposition. It's all of the things to be able to hold that kind of fluid consistency. Because I'm in this continuous growth cycle as a human doing being. That was really fun. I've never said that. That was really fun. I like that a lot. This either or thing is just really getting on my last nerve. I want all the things. All of them, all the things. I want all the things. I want all the abundances. I don't want abundance. When I am something, I look at people and I'm like, I am all the gogs right now. And it takes them a moment and then they laugh. And it like takes a moment because they have to work it backwards. It's so much fun. It's this way of just like, boom, in a moment, delighting and tickling people's brain hearts. It's great. I get to walk around and help people be happy. Just for a moment, and simply for a moment, one little moment. It may be the one that they get that day. It may be the one that they get that week. They may laugh all the time. They may never remember it. It doesn't matter. I did my part. I did my little monkey hair part. That's the part I know, and I'm consistent with that, and I'm consistently fluid in what I bring to the world. And so now here I am with this safety course, because safety is what I spent decades establishing for myself when it was stripped from me, when I let it be stripped from me, when I put myself in situations when I, on a spiritual level, opened myself to situations and opportunities that were going to give me Gaian, mycelial and celial level. There's got to be an all celial thing or a Gaia-celial thing. I like that. I don't even know if that has meaning, science people. If it doesn't, can we make a meaning? And then can you tell me in sciencey words and I'll memorize it? Right? I'm serious. It's like, I totally trust y'all to tell me the truth because I'm always telling you the truth. They say a liar always expects everyone to lie. Well, isn't that great? Because I tell the truth all the time. So I just assume that people are telling me the truth. It doesn't matter how crazy it is. Now, there's a point where you stretch me and I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing that and you're energetic. Doesn't mean it's not there. It just means I'm not seeing it. It may be just happening in your head. You may have a whole bunch of people who can corroborate that in a way where I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy that. I don't see it. I don't see it. Hey, you did it. Go you. Okay. So part of me, next part, I'm going to do this letter, right? I'm going to write that here. And then, and yes, I'm gearing up to it. And yes, I'm kind of stalling. 15 minutes, not bad. I'm going to go buy the thing, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to do the letter thing. Because that's what I came here to do. I'm telling you, powdered beet juice with powdered lemon juice and some stevia and raw agave, and I want to get to the point where it's just the stevia. I'm telling you, it's like this, it's this yummy lift, right? I sound like a hippie. There's a reason why my friends are hippies, right? I love them. They love me back. I make sense to them. Excuse me. So, okay. I'm gonna get the thing. I'm gonna get the. There we go. URL. What I'm doing. All right. So, what part of my practice, for those of you who are tracking what we're doing, identification, is we're practicing folks tracking y'all that we're still aware that you're here, as opposed to the thing where it's like there's only what we're looking at. So we're practicing that while we do this thing, and we talk with you while we're doing the other things, and equally heavily separately do them while still having bridges that Ronnie Jean laid floor plans for, so that there'd be comfort along the bridges as opposed to pain. Okay, that's taken years. We did some speed. It's beyond speed at this point, the acceleration hyperdrive, although that would imply a drive, whatever is beyond the hyperdrive. We just singularity blew that thing out. Okay, I know that there are physicists and folks who are just cringing that I'm throwing these words around. They're pretty words. I don't know all of what they mean. I have a sense of what they mean. And the conversation that I'm in is that you know how to have me make sense. That there is some way that my intuition, and yes, I use intuition, Ronnie Jean Andrews Neal, that somehow I have slipped into this interface between analog and digital, between wave and particle, between music and numbers, between emotionality and numbers. No, between musicality and numbers, because emotionality is at the interface of music and numbers. And I know that for me, because as a musician feeling into emotionality, that's how I felt into numbers enough so that I passed a college level differential calculus class by feeling into the relationships of the numbers and never doing any of the math, any of the actual writing out of the equation. I would feel the relationships and how they were and who was sad and all of the emotionality things and get everybody happy. And the answer would be right. And I was blessed with a math teacher. You can look it up at Cal State Long Beach, because the dean of the department tried to flunk me. He didn't know what kind of stunt I was trying to pull just because I went to Harvard. It turns out that he got rejected from Harvard. You can look that up too, so you'll know you've got the right place. And he was going to take it out on me. The bottom line was that I never wrote out an equation, and I felt my way into getting 100% right for the entire semester. So if that math teacher is alive, or if he wrote about that anywhere, whatever he's talking about, if he wrote my name, great. If he didn't, and he writes about that student or whatever, because people need anonymity, and you come across this story, that's me. Okay, so that's a really neat thing. I've never spoken that story all the way out. I hope somebody follows that up. That would be lovely. Like, I would love to send people on Easter egg hunts about my life for, like, you know, centuries, right? And find all these really cool pieces in places. This is getting tall. I'm going for the storm thing my way. It won't be white, and it will be tall, and I may or may not braid it, and I'm just gonna let it do the thing. I put some makeup around it, right? I've got this black marker that I've had. See, that's the thing. I've had this black marker for doing these kinds of markings for 3 years, just like there. And now I need it, and I wouldn't go get it. It's the pandemic. I don't go out. And I wouldn't go out for something that frivolous. To me, frivolous. It's simply fun. It's not critical. And I know better than to do the Sharpie, you know, although I suppose I could. But anyway, so yeah, so I have this thing. And I knew I was going to I knew I was going to need it. I was standing there at the counter I know exactly where I got it, and I know when I got it at Staples. Right? And I can't say I know when I got it. I got it 3 years ago. I don't know what month or so. Well, it had to be because it was not too long before the pandemic shutdown. So I've got this, and I've got these things I've got these comfort things that I have learned that then get turned into a version of their ease. It's like things are models for me for my internal world, the external world, virtual and physical, which are so close for me, us, because of how we're built and what our experiences have been, that we're doing this simultaneous mutual serial calibrations with all of my realities at the same time. And the act of syncing up that much variegated at best data is such bliss for every quark of my existence. Sometimes I feel like I'm tapping myself in another lifetime when I get an upload. You know, when I get uploaded, sometimes I feel like there's a me out there tapping me, going, "This is just so much fun. I haven't remembered this in forever." You know, it's like great, because this is great. This is great. This space in life and able to do this and have the technology to be with people and share with people. It's phenomenal in a way that I can handle, that we can handle. Fantastic. Okay. All right, now we go do the thing. So this is how I talk myself out of doing things. There we go. LegendTools. That's how I said it. And so now, yes, it's how I said it, and this is going to be a thing. It's different than the Global Sage Guild. Yep. Did y'all see that? No, well, you can see the string, even if you couldn't see the pendulum. Yep. All right, here we go. I'm literally doing what folks are sharing, where I'm not processing it. I'm trusting how they're guiding me, us. I'm telling them what I need. So we're announcing this live stream on safety, because safety is the fundamental piece. After you get, we're not having a survival conversation anymore. I'm not having a survival conversation with the world anymore. I'm past survival. I'm already into sovereignty and on my way into my severity work, my severity work, and that's where my languaging is coming in. And there are people who are there in their version, and I'm finding alignments, and we're finding alignments in language. I shall know you by your language. And if there's enough of that languaging, whether it's the same words or not, it's the same meanings, and we have different words, which is great. You know, the tomato thing is great. I want them both. I want tomatoes, I want tomatoes. I love it. Base vase, fantastic. Okay. And aluminium and aluminum, like I want all of those. And so I get to be in whatever this level is. It seems to be this next level with the game, and I'm close enough still to and parts of me are still coming up through the first level of the game, of safety, of the growth, agentiality, and magic and empowerment. So I get to have all of those experiences at the same time, and it's a get to. It's one of the joys of being a multiple, is that full sensorial, multi-dimensional, multi-docs dancing delight of being that being a multiple can be. And I am blessed. I am privileged. I am, and I worked my ass off at the same time. So I'm very happy with us to be at this place with our multiplicity. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, League of Legenders. Yep. And then I'm also going to do, when you get your URLs, when it's something that you know is going to be part of your life, then you get the .net.org, so that you have the ability to have a nonprofit with it if it gets to a point where that's what's appropriate, and where if you need a subsidiary that is closely tied and not with it, or you need that second URL, you've got it with the .net. It also sews up those top three. Everything else is extra and wonderful and extra. If you got the three, you got yourself in a great place. So getting those three, do that, do this. Someone wants to pay for this, send me whatever it is it comes out to. I'll let you know what it is. I never trust what they tell me is in the cart until I can see it, because I want to make sure that they don't make extra years. Like sometimes they'll make it 5 years. I can tell from the price of the, just making sure. Okay, and I'm going to go back and do one more to check something. Goes. Yep. That's about to happen. I am about to get my video cast name. So I'm going to get it, and then I'm going to tell you what it is. Oh, why'd you just do that? I didn't need you to do that. There we go. And all right, here we go. All right, here we go. Going to the cart. I was Grace. I had a beloved who would send me I would ask for $43 and they would send me $43. And then it just got to the point where sometimes $43 would just show up. It was exquisite. It was magical. They knew what it meant. They made it happen. They always sent it in these wonderful cards. I've got them still. And so now I'm putting out for the things that I need. And so that feels scary and wonderful. And I know that it can happen because I get to get gifted. I get to do really cool things and have folks help me do them with money. That way I don't have a salary. That way I'm doing things and I'm sharing things and people are paying me so that I can pay for things. I had someone send me money for a keyboard recently. Thank you very much, sweet one. You know who you are. Like that gets to be a good thing. And that gets to work. And I get to share. I get to share and make people's lives substantially better and lots of lives substantially better. I get to feel good about that. I get to be paid well for that. I get to do cool things because I'm paid well for that. I get to do more cool things for other people because I get paid well for that. I get to have the currency of power in the mainstream. I also get to work with the currency of power of the mountain, which is energetics. And so healing happens out of this reciproconomic exchange that we're in. And those who are margin get to be part of whatever they would like because the skin of magic is holding all of that together. That gets to be my reality. And I get to be living into that with y'all. So thank you. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I've got those. I've got that. I'm going to do that. Hold on. And that. And that. And that. There's a point where GoDaddy starts asking you if you're sure that you want to remove a thing. And I'm like, yeah, I actually am. Okay, here we go. All right, so it's going to be $38.68. So call it $40 so that it goes through and I actually get the amount, because PayPal takes out whatever it takes out. And I'm going to go pay. And that'll either show up in getting paid for the classes that I'm seeding for, and I'm committing to doing a free version of the classes that I do. I want to make sure that the basics of the information are available to people before I do the first classes, and then in an evergreen form, so that I'll just run the live one that I do. It'll be a 4-day thing. I'm getting a format that I can repeat so that it's steady for us, and I can gauge our energetics, especially now that it seems that we're going through this set of initiations. And part of the initiation is to be able to bring the vortex magic of what's coursing through us and helping us grow into the DNA of what it is that we're making. We're looking to pass on the evolution that's happening inside of us into that, so that it can evolve itself into something even better. Because it's imagined evolution for me, and imaginal evolution for me. And so because it's at that imaginal stage, I tried that on. It was really close. That imaginevolution. Imaginal. No, it's the imagine, because then imagine, and people get stuck on the imagine. It's the imaginality of it. So imagine the imaginal evolution that is the energetic that I carry, butterfly magic with dragon magic, and wolf magic, and it's quite the combo and lots of fun. Being able to bring that to the DNA of the courses that are coming from me, with the things that are coursing through me. Oh, I just love that so much. So that people can be accelerated if they want to be. That's exciting. And I'm having this moment of feeling you guys with me across time. That's amazing. Thank you. Like, we're getting it figured out. And I'm getting corroboration on this across time thing for those of you who are like, I don't buy it. And I'm like, and I do. And that's not the point. I'm simply saying my thank yous, because that's the etiquette as other people grow into that. And instead of, for some people, they already have it, they hide it from the world because the world's going to think they're weird. The world already knows I'm weird. We're all good. Right? So I don't wear a 10 hat. I have a 10 hat. For those who want to see it that way, go you. I'm playing a game. I can sit down and do the serious thing and all of that, what have you. I've done a lot of that. I'm having fun. And I'm living into the fun I'm having, because the fun I'm having shows up for many people as a reward for what they're doing. That's the good thing. They get to play with me because they've set up their lives so that they are sourced in ways that have them be able to actually engage with me, as opposed to, not even as opposed to, beyond interacting with me. That's exciting to them. When it's exciting to them, then it gets to be exciting to me if I choose. And if I do choose for it to be exciting to me, that it's exciting to them, then we get to figure out if there's an opportunity for us to do something really neat together. And if that gets chosen, I'm coming to a place where there's a tribe that is coming. I'm putting out the call. I am consistent in the call, and I can feel y'all coming, and I can feel y'all closer, and you're bringing your tribes that have things that you know will enhance what we're doing. And it's happening with the folks who are around me, and those folks are literally vetting. I have a living vetting membrane made out of people's entire lives. I mean, you want to talk about activated charcoal, okay, activated carbon, that the world passes through before it gets anywhere near me. And I recently had somebody look at me and say, I always work with people, even when they think I'm not going to. The hubris blew my mind. And I also, that may have been true for them. Maybe it wasn't hubris in their world. Okay, great. It wasn't true in my world, so either that was no longer true in their world because I was the first person to tell them no, or they got it fixed in their head and other people have told them no, and it doesn't count if they say no. And then that means you always got yes. And I don't know which one it was, and it doesn't matter. I know that for me, I trust my realities now. I earned that. I know what it's like for the world to get really, 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 really weird. Seeing waterfalls where there aren't, that anyone else can see. And learning to trust that they are real and not the reality that I'm most robustly experiencing nanosecond to nanosecond. And that makes it good. Instead of being crazy, that it's an accuracy speak of my reality to people who are willing to take the time to hear that. Shorthand for that is, batshit nuts. Got it. Great. And no judgment. If you got a judgment about it, just walk. And that's how I make it concise for people. And then they don't have to feel weird that they're not following along. And then the parts that they follow along with, they really get into. And that makes me happy. And I try and have a smorgasbord of stuff for people so that they can feast on whatever it is that they want to feast on. Yay. Okay. I hit the button. That's what's next. You're seeing what it's like here for us because we're, yeah. Okay. There we go. Got the double numbers, got the 9. So $39.40. Again, $40, that'd be great. All right, done. Went through. Whew. Okay, so I've got multiple cities, and I've got. I just got the League of Legendors, and so that League of Legendors, it's going to be people who have just these beautiful wild ass lives where they're living fully into all of the gusto that they can bring to the thing, where they have systems, that I resonate with. It's my league of, it's JWOW's League of Legendors, right? Like that gets to be a thing. That gets to be fun. That gets to be something that folks get to come to and be lauded, be appreciated, and where they get to share their stories and not have people think that they are bragging, where they get to tell their stories just like everyone else tells their stories and not have to feel any of the things that they might feel, where they don't tell all of the juiciness of their story. There's a whole bardic art that goes with this. It used to be good to tell with great graciousness and the stories of your travels in your life and what have you when you were a bard, because that was the only way that news was conveyed. That was the way that people lived lives that were not their lives. Most of them could not read. And so bards were their worlds. That's where their imaginations got fed. That's how the word from the courts got to people, from leaders got to people was by bard. And there's a return to the bardic arts now that we have techno bardistry, where we're able to reach each other across an entire globe and into each other's intimate homes at the same time. It's exquisite. Techno bardistry. As opposed to seeing it as an invasion, we are inviting people into our lives, but set up safety so that it is in the virtual world as it is in our physical worlds, and hold similar rules, and also come up with new ones that are that recognize that we have more reach, that we have greater imagination capabilities, because our imaginations can be fed by more from the world. It's not only the province of people who can read, who have encyclopedias at their access. Now there is the encyclopedia, the encyclopedias of the world are at the access of people who can go to a library. They don't have a computer of their own. And there are people, I know someone who walked miles to get to a library to watch every single video that I made. It was extraordinary, and still just kind of punk-assed his way out. And one day maybe he'll grow up and we'll run into each other and it'll be great. And right now he's kind of lost his mind. And he went to and did that at the library, regardless of the weather. It was exquisite. It fed my soul that mattered that much to him. I'm not responsible for what he got from that or didn't get from that. And it fed my soul that he cared enough to do that, to actually do that. It was beautiful. Okay. I pressed that button. All right. So now the next piece is to send out the letters. All right. So back to music. That will help. There we go. Gray seal. Cheers. I made the most exquisite pot butter from the butter made from the pot that Beloveds raised, curated over a couple of years, and still have this ongoing rolling curation of leaves and seeds and what have you across decades. And it's exquisite. They teach each other as they come together. Okay, so I'm going to go check and see if anyone has come to my Facebook. Oh, wait one. Mm-mm. All right, so there's a whole world, obviously, that happened here. So I'm watching the thing. And if I can do this, I will do this. And if I can't do it, that's going to be okay. That's 20. I can do one or the other. All right, so I'm going to do... Oh, wow. Okay, so this happens to me. I decide that I'm going to do the right frugal thing. I give myself the opportunity to revel in the thing that I want to do. I realize that I can't do it. I still revel in what it felt like to be able to do the thing, and then I let it go. I let it go, and I do the thing that's the good thing. That's how I manage my WOW fundance, right? Beyond my all the abundances. And so, and that's been working out really well. All right, so I went to do that, and I've got that I came in under the wire. I came in with a total that was less than what I thought I was going to pay for one of the things. I love it so much. And this is like, that's the kind of stuff that happens to me all the time, and I'm so grateful for it. So I just got to have, it's the 2 cakes. All right. It's simply a math game. Bake 2 cakes. Right. Here we go. Boom. Total trust. Here we are. Okay. I got all the things. I did what everybody said. I'm letting you guys know that I'm letting you know what everybody asked me to do, and everyone is happy. Great. So now I get to this later. So I'm going to go over to my little G drive here, and I already took part of the letter and put it into the Facebook event. And so I'm letting you guys know who are learning, like, you know, this is out there. You come across this, and I'm walking you through it, right? Because I'm managing this to actually do it with me. You're not seeing my screen. I'm that, you know, there. Listen for what we're doing, and then let's together. One day I'll know how to do that. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I was making, like, why am I making myself small? I can do this. I've done this. Hold on a second. Let me just, it's faster if I do this thing. It got me doing the head and everything. Okay, so first I'm going to get to this letter. And I'm actually not going to share the letter, because the letter is something that came from my beloved mentor, and it's her work. So it's her work to share. Folks will get it. The folks who get it will get it, will recognize it. And it's a gorgeous letter. And so I'm going to work on it while I'm here with you guys, because that's what I originally said that I was going to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. Right. So I'm going to go over here to products. And I'm going to do the courses. Is that right? Quarantine safety, is that where I put it? Nope, that's not where I put it. Okay, let's see. Let's do... There we go. Oh, let's just straight up on Planet JWOW. All right. Well, let's do this. All right, so I'm going to get it put under the right folder, and then Make a copy. New, make a copy. Move the trash. No, I just want to move it. All right, I got all changes. Save. Move. There we go. I'm like, I wasn't there. Computer's a bit slow. Oh, I see where I put it. But that's not where I went. See, and that's the thing. Like, I need to work to put things in the okay. So it's in the right place, and so I have some other changes to make. Great. So I need to consolidate, and this is how I discovered that I am diligent about consolidation and getting rid of duplicates that I see on my own without using a search, because there are nuances. I want to make sure that I'm not getting rid of versions that I need, although I'm getting better and better at letting go of old versions that I'm just simply not going to go back to. And I've proven it to myself that I'm not going to go back to it. That's the most important part, is being cool with it. So now I'm just going to move this to here. Here we go. I move it. I change it as access. And we're almost there. All right. And then it's picking who I'm sending letters to. So I'm sending it to people who I know will give me feedback. I don't know, who I believe will give me feedback, who have followings that trust them, and that I believe trust me, trust us. And that's solid criteria. Right? And I only need to do 10 people. And according to my agreement with my mentor, Bridget Murphy, in the Healers Collective. I'm in the Healers Collective course. Smartest thing I ever did, scariest. And here we go. All right, so there's the request. Oh, I'm doing this. Here we go. Yep. And I'm even ending it with the ending from the letter B. Until soon. All right. And then, all right, so I got a little cleanup to do. Do the. Okay. All right. We got me to the letter. So that's been 58 minutes. This hasn't been 2 hours. It's been an hour, and I have gone off track. Well, not off track. I have digressed and caught my breath and kept going and come back. So we're doing great. I'm in the back. I want to get to the point where I'm simply in the background with folks, and you're, hearing stuff and tracking with me however you are, and doing stuff on your own. That would be great. It's a way of hanging out. They call it parallel play, I've been told. Okay. All right, so that gets a little bigger. So that gets 13 instead of 12. So 13 point beginning of the letter. All right, so that stands out. And then I get to, so I'm going to put bold when the things happen. Right, and I've got to change it to 1 p.m. Take out noon. I don't know if it's standard daylight. I just put ET. And somebody else can figure shit out. Oh. And I put the year. Because events get scheduled ahead of time. So tune in on Monday. I'll just put, yep, this coming May. Let's do this. So what I'm doing is taking out a section and I'm putting it back where it belongs and unbolding it to I use bold I use the rich text in things because I believe that people read things quickly and I want to make sure that folks can just scan right through stuff. Okay. So if they just hit the high points of a letter, they're pretty clear about what it is that I'm saying. Folks, calibrate my intent. We can. There we go. Circles you frequent. Do that. Make that one big. Make the whole thing big or bold. There we go. Here's a link to the live stream. There. Setup page. Okay. Setup page. So that's going to be this. It's going to be on Planet JWOW. And I have to put that up because I'll be giving that out a lot. All right. So here we go. Here's me video that I'm in right now. All right. And then I click on it. It says published by Penny Olson. I'm not sure. And okay. And so Monday's class, which is where I am, there's a place I get to share. And I go out to me. Yep. And then I'll get an invite URL. don't need. Will love it when I get the chance to get. There we go. I will love it when I get the chance to get a new desktop. All right. So I took care of all of my Facebooky stuff. People I may know. Nope. Yep. And so I go back to my page. And I go get my link. There's class 1. I'm also learning Facebook. I haven't really used in a long time, where I'm using like all of the functions. There was a point where it just got overwhelming to me, and I'm at a place where I'm not overwhelmed, where I'm excited about learning how to use it. And so that's also part of what's going on. All right, I see interested folks. I see 2 who are going. Who's going? Oh, myself and me. Planet JWOW. Okay, great. Got it. I really like the banner for it. Okay. Invitation. This is what I hit. Now I have a link. And I'm going to do that link right now. And so I'm going to make that a bookmark. So I'm going to bookmark. I'm going to do event safety and tags, and there's the URL. Okay. So got that. Gets us where we need to go. Bottom line. Fantastic. All right, so now I've got the link, and now I go to the safety letter. There's one. I did it twice. Okay, and then I put in this to the sign up page. Make it a link. And the text is going to be no charge. No charge. Safety. New course. Course with JWOW. done. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, so now the letter's done with the link. All right, it's 110. All right, so now I've got 10 of these to send. All right, I'm gonna go do this now, and I've got to figure out my charts and what have you. You guys got me through the letter. It took me an hour and 10 minutes. And I did it. Almost didn't, still did. I did not go to bed. I got on here. This is me believing y'all as global tribe and y'all showing up for me. You're here. I can feel it. It's over time and you're here. Cool. Okay. I believe that there are folks for whom this will be some sort of soothing, not aloneness and mojisen. Sometimes we just need to reach out, and I have created a connection that I trust enough to use so that I don't burn out my beloveds. That's the side of this. So y'all have agency around when you watch this or if you watch this. So yeah, this is great. All right. Thank you very, very much. So I'm going to do the 24-second prayer. Yes, I have my watch. And I just do my timer here, like I've got. And let's see, where are we? I've got my clock. And I've got my timer. You got the hang of this. All right. So we're going to do the 24-second prayer and then the peekaboo prayer. And thank you, music, because that helped us settle things down. I hope for folks who don't know anything about multiples, it's this simple. This is not scary. It's simply a different way of managing things that's pretty much the same as most people do. I don't think it's that different. I mean, what goes on inside is different, and what goes on the outside, it may be slower or faster. I think I made sense, regular sense the whole time. It's very vanilla. Okay, at least here. All right. So, and thank you, because we did it. It worked. All right. So, for everything to work, for this to go out, for there to be at least 20 people on the live, so that 10 of them can be in the Zoom room with me, and also that a paladin will show up to do the technical stuff with me for all of the lives and for all of the classes. Okay, or paladins will arise and stand for those things. Okay, that's what I'm praying for. And I'm praying also that your prayers be fueled and answered with whatever is appropriate of the energies that I am offering to support you as you are supporting me, us. Thank you. All right, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We're staying in our power. We're staying in our power and our strength and our joy. And this has been a blessed day. It has the renewals of friendship and love and strengthening of connections and depth and all of the wonderful, juicy things that feed into the wonder and goodness and magic for everyone. Lots of that. Oh my goodness, that was loud. Okay. All right, there we go. Please make that stop. Oh my goodness. Well, I set it to wake me up, and it would. That's for sure. I'm gonna turn that down. And then now it's time for the peekaboo prayer. All right, so everybody ready? Do the peekaboo? Okay, here we go. On count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All the people. It's very, very dark over here. There's a little bit of light at the top. And then just when oh my goodness, there you are. Hello, people. Hello, peoples.
Hope you having a great day. Peekaboo. All the joys is coming to you.
Okay, sweet ones. Thank you. That was fun. We're gonna go finish the letter thing and send them out, and we'll let you know that we've done it whenever we do our next video. All right. Take care, everyone. I'm JWOW of Planet JWOW, and we are a tribe-sourced human. This is our legend that we're weaving together and building together, sweet ones. Thank you so much. Sticking to it. Until soon. Bye-bye.